I'm starting off by pouring myself a glass of wine. Hey YouTube, I'm finally back. I know this isn't a makeup and yap video, but I feel like everything I've put out is a makeup and yap, makeup orientated video, and I'm gonna get into why it took me forever to come back to YouTube. We'll definitely get into that today. But I was originally gonna do a makeup and yap advice column video. I was talking about it on my Instagram, I was talking about it on my TikTok, and I came to this realization that well, honestly, to be so real with you, I was halfway filming it and I was like, I'm not really proud of this. And I also don't want to put this out there. So honestly, I don't know what we're going to call this video. I guess it's kind of podcasty, which I wouldn't mind that vibe. Also, do you guys like my living room? Isn't she so cute? I love this apartment. Also, today is officially 1 year of me living here, which is absolutely insane. So much has happened. So I guess let's just get into this. Honestly, I wanted this to be a girls' night where you're just chit chatting with your bestie. I have my glass of wine. My cats are trying to eat the lighting system. Honestly, it's just spooky. I really shouldn't even say cats, but essentially, I could yap for hours, as you guys know. And I almost felt like if I was just reading questions and doing my makeup with a camera propped up, it just felt like inauthentic to who I am. I want it to be more realistic and more of what a conversation with me would actually feel like. I want it to feel like two besties just sitting down. I feel like I already said that. But besides the point. So I think the vibe I'm going for is I'm going to base it off of some of the things you guys asked for advice, and then just let the conversation kind of spiderweb from there. So, podcasty vibes. Also, it's freezing in here, so I'm going to get nice and cozy, and you should too. The first thing I want to talk about is why I've been off of YouTube because it's been a hot minute, even though I only posted 3 videos and I was only on there for a month. I feel like whenever you have a new idea and you're really excited for something new, you just like pump stuff out and you're just pumped, you're excited, and you're like, this is all I'm thinking about. And you pour all your energy into it, and then that kind of fades. And I feel like that's what happened with me in YouTube. But I truly do love it, and I really feel like also, this is another thing with it. I was going through this really weird era around the time that I was posting on YouTube the last, where I genuinely just didn't know who I was. And it was the weirdest thing I'd ever gone through in my life. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I've built my life around certain goals and I've achieved those goals. And now I'm in my 20s and I didn't think what would happen after those goals. So now I'm here. So I kind of just felt like I didn't know who I was, what I liked, what I wanted to do, and so on and so forth. And when you're creating content, and the keyword is creating here, I felt like if I don't know what I like and I don't know who I am, I don't know what I want to put out there. And the internet's forever, and that's kind of a scary thing, and it's kind of a scary place. So a spooky just jumped up near a light. I kind of went through this weird phase, especially with living here in South Florida, where everyone and their mom is an influencer. And I felt like the underdog in a sense. And I felt like I wasn't really being taken seriously, which even left me a little discouraged and to a point where I almost moved back to Pennsylvania. Crazy. But I just signed a lease to stay here. I just re signed the lease for this apartment because I love this apartment. Regardless. Anyways, like I was saying, I feel like the influencer, do not jump on the light. You're thinking about it. Spooky. If she attacks this light, anybody who has cats, here's the thing about cats. Spooky is the sweetest thing when she wants to be, but when she doesn't want to be, she's bad. Next level bad. Please don't do it. She's pacing back and forth on the counter behind the camera, looking at the light to see if she could get onto it. If it falls and she attacks it, she's going for it. No, get down. Anyways, I totally forget what I was talking about. I feel like everyone and their mom has a platform nowadays, and especially out here in South Florida, it is tough. Miami's a 30-minute drive, and I just kind of felt like I wasn't being taken seriously, which made me really discouraged as to like, what I was putting out there. And I used to be the kind of person that would take that energy and turn it into motivation, but I don't know, it was just different. I was just in a different kind of funk. I was in a different kind of rut, and I'm working my way out of that. So if you've ever felt like that, just know you're not alone. We're all human. We all go through different things. And oh my God, with all of that being said, I came to this realization through that funk, which I am in a sense really grateful for that funk because I don't think I would have had this realization if I didn't. And I honestly think this is what caused that funk. Now that I'm just like talking through it in a sense, I feel like the turn social media is taking and stuff, especially TikTok, and like that being my main platform, like where I have like bigger following and where I do my brand deals and stuff. I feel like the highly edited, the super pretty, aesthetically pleasing content has never been me, has never been authentic to me as an individual. I'm the kind of person I really had to stop and ask myself, who is it that I want to be on social media? the people I look up to on social media and your favorite influencers, we have our favorite influencers. I know that that's kind of weird to think about, but all the people that I look up to, all the people that I take inspiration from aren't these aesthetically pleasing, little highly edited videos like that. I've never ever wanted to be that, and I think that because I'm out here and there's so much competition, I was trying to contort myself to become like everyone else. But at the end of the day, I'm like, well, that's not what people like me for, and that's not what I like me for. So I'm really just trying to be in touch with what I want to do and who I am. And I hope that kind of makes sense. And you know what I'm talking about, right? Where the videos are just like so aesthetically pleasing. They're high quality. They're edited to the T. Editing's fire. Like, everything's interactive. You have the product, you have the writing, you have this, you have sound effects that match it up. And I feel like spooky. Come here, you want to snuggle? Come snuggle. Hi, pretty girl. Can you say hi? I love you. I don't even remember what I was saying. I need a sip. I can do it if I really put my mind to it, but I don't enjoy that. And I want to enjoy what I do. I want to enjoy the stuff that I put out because at the end of the day, if I don't enjoy it, you guys probably aren't going to enjoy it either because I'm not going to be happy in that video. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from in that sense. If that's the direction the app's heading and that's the direction the audience is heading, then I'm gonna like change a little bit and I'll do a little bit of an incorporation of that. The person that I want to be on social media is like, I want to be more of like personality. I have so much to say. I have so many opinions. I have so many thoughts. I just want to be me, and I always kind of. That was disgusting. I'm so sorry. By the way, fun fact, I can burp louder than anybody I've ever met. Every time I like, this is not a good icebreaker, but I'll always be like, I can burp louder than you. People don't believe me. And then I do it and then they get really disgusted. But always been a gassy girl. Backtrack. I really want whatever this is, whether it's a podcast or whatever you want to call it. Or, I honestly, it's just chit chat. We're just chit chatting. It's just girls' night. That's what I should call this, girls' night. I should just call it girls' night. Okay, slay. We're calling it girls' night. Anyways, goodness. Okay, if there's like a little ball noise shaking around in this microphone, I got it today in the mail. Also, backstory. When I got my Amazon order today, because I ordered, basically, this is how my brain works. I needed a bunch of stuff for the house. I was putting off reordering like parchment paper and like hand soap in bulk and like, lavender scented cleaning spray, the method one. It's fire. Anyways, besides the point, I was putting it off, so I ordered a bulk order of that alongside other things that I needed, like face razors and then this microphone. And I literally got it today. And when I opened up the big package full of everything, there was a little kid's floaty in it. And I'm like, I didn't order that. I don't have children. Anyways, I put it on Spooky, insert photo. She hated it, but she's so cute, except when she's being bad. I need to get more comfortable. Part of the reason I kind of wanted to like stray away from like the advice column idea that I had, and I wanted to do that. I wanted you guys to give me stuff, like, actually ask for advice, but someone was like tanning. Give me advice on how to tan. Girl, sit in the sun. Genuinely, I'm sorry. For example, one of the advice questions was how to get over a breakup. And personally, this is just the way that my brain is wired. I feel like I can't answer that question because that is your relationship. That is your personal experience. I don't know you as a person, A. B, honestly, an advice column was genuinely just a bad idea. And Spooky, the light. I probably shouldn't have promoted that I was going to do an advice column if I thought it was a bad idea, but I genuinely didn't think it was a bad idea until I looked at the questions and then tried to answer them. Maybe I'm not the best person for advice, and maybe that's because my brain is kind of like, for example, the how to get over a breakup. That's your relationship. That's your business. That's who you are. I don't know your coping mechanisms. I don't know who you are. I don't know your family trauma. I don't know this. I don't know that. So how am I supposed to tell you how to get over a breakup? Also, I don't know what your memories are. I don't know how long you guys were together. How am I supposed to tell you how to get over a breakup? My advice, distract yourself. Not with people. Not like serial daters. That freaks me out. I don't understand serial daters. Do you not give yourself time to heal? Do you not? That's another thing. I feel like serial daters, you just okay, I feel like serial daters and only children, and only child are some of the worst people. They just have the worst behavioral tendencies because it's like you don't take a step back and ever think of accountability. Because regardless, and this is my opinion on breakups, regardless of who said what to who, that hurts and you need time to get back in your groove, grab your energy back, and then, but serial daters, yikes. No offense. If you're a serial dater, I guess good for you. I'm not really trying to be a negative Nancy when I say this, but can somebody else validate me by these are terrible questions. Maybe I'm terrible at answering them, and if I am, let me know. Please clock it. But somebody said how to stop getting acne on your period. You can't. That's part of it. I have a pimple. My whole chin strap right here, because I'm literally on my period right now, is covered in acne. That's just how your body works. I don't know. Maybe birth control, but I'm not a doctor. One was how to manage your finances. I'm not an accountant. And girl, when you figure it out, please tell me. Because every time, no, because tax season comes around and I'm late. And I literally, this is a problem with me. I am a procrastinator at heart. It's so bad. Speaking of that, I need to renew my renter's insurance, and that's due tomorrow. Anyways, when tax season comes around, the worst season, April 15th or something, is like, I don't even know. I'm scrambling, going through all of like my like card transactions. I'm going through my PayPal. I'm going through everything. Spooky, get down. I'm going through all of my Amazon purchases. I'm going through everything. I'm going through like gas log, everything. And I get it done in 6 hours in one night, but it's the night before they're due. And my tax guy is like, "Come on, Janine." Oh my gosh, he called me and he was like, "You haven't talked to me all year." And I was like, "Yeah, really sorry about that. But can you file an extension for me and I'll give it to you tomorrow morning?" And it was done. And I sent it in. And yeah. Oops. This is fun. Wait, I like this. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little tipsy. I really hope I'm not like panting into this mic and then the whole video is shocked. That would suck. Okay, what's another topic? Oh, this one's a good one. Somebody said how to not feel lonely. Okay, I actually really wanted to talk about this one. In the sense, I'm lonely. I feel like I've felt lonely for the past year since I left Pennsylvania. I miss my sisters. I miss my friends. Like, remember when I was living in PA, I was always like, I don't have friends. And now that I'm here, I'm like, all my friends are back home. But I just started making friends here in Florida, like multiple friends, not just like one friend or two friends, like actually like a friend group. First time I've had a friend group since high school. Spooky. Please come here. Just snuggle. You don't have to bite the wire. Spooky, come here. Take a shot for every time Spooky misbehaves. It's the night. It's the nighttime. She's like my inner monologue misbehaves in the nighttime. Come here. She has the creepiest eyes. I love her so much, but she really can be really creepy. Come here. She's just going to bite that wire and I just have to get over it. Someone asked about being lonely. Whatever. Not whatever. Being lonely sucks. Okay. Saying whatever to myself. I need another drink. Lonely. Why did that give like Ginny from Ginny and I love Ginny and Georgia. Oh my gosh, we'll talk about that in a second. Wow, my brain really spider webs. That's what I call it, is like spider webbing. Right? We were talking about loneliness. Loneliness. Oh, I want to talk about Ginny and Georgia. We'll come back to loneliness. Loneliness or Ginny and Georgia. Which one do we want to talk about? Let's start with Ginny and Georgia because that's what I care most about. It's all about me. I'm a Leo rising. Anyways, that was cringy as fuck. Honestly, I don't know if that was more cringy or I've been having dreams. Okay. Ginny and Georgia. I love bad TV. I really do. Like Never Have I Ever and Ginny and Georgia. Love those shows. They're amazing in my opinion. They're not like top tier TV, like it's not Game of Thrones or Severance, but it's entertaining and that's what TV is supposed to do. That third season shook me to my core. Actually, here's a problem. I'm very severely on TV TikTok where everybody talks about their opinions on shows and so on and so forth, which is why I feel like I've watched Love Island every season because I'm just so heavily on TV TikTok. I just hear about everybody's TV opinions and so on and so forth. So Ginny and Georgia was spoiled for me. I knew that at the end Georgia would be pregnant, and I knew that Ginny. Oh, yes, I did know Ginny was gonna get pregnant, and I did know that Austin snitched. So all of the main core points were spoiled for me. Thank you, TikTok. But it's fine. Totally fine. It's not fine. I waited years. I watched Ginny and Georgia when it came out for the first. Ugh, makes me so mad. But maybe I just need to not be chronically online, even though being chronically online is my job. Which sounds so dystopian. Oh my god, we should talk about AI. Maybe we should make this a podcast because I just have so much to say. Where were we? Loneliness. Let's get back to that. Okay, let me just get that out of the way because I'm going to keep coming back to it if I don't. But besides the point, being lonely is normal. It sucks so freaking bad, but it is literally part of life. My best advice is put yourself out there, join a community, try and take a class. But honestly, that's not how I made friends. That is not how I made friends moving to a new place. Introduce yourself. This is another thing that I kind of want to talk about. Where somebody could say is no, and that's something that I've really been living by, like closed mouths don't get fed kind of thing. Example, if I ask somebody to hang out that I'm interested in being friends with, and they say yes, okay, and we go and we hang out, and I really vibe with them, and we have a great time, and the friendship continues, and then maybe down the line the friendship doesn't work out. That's okay. I'm still exactly where I was before and nothing has changed and I was okay then. Yeah, loneliness kind of sucks. My advice, distract yourself. Find a hobby. And honestly, I feel like loneliness is our souls and our like inner selves telling us that it's time to become your own best friend and to work on your relationship with yourself. I think that's what loneliness truly is. Like prioritize you, girl. It's time to prioritize you. And then once you become your own best friend, also I think with that, it's like when you become your own best friend, you stop kind of taking crap from other people and you put yourself more on a pedestal because you're like, I don't need anybody, I got myself. Spooky! Please don't eat that! Spooky! She ate it. She just ate a big ball of lint on the floor. That was, I'm pretty, not even lint, I'm pretty sure that was Cleo's fur. You're feral. Fun fact, Spooky murdered her sibling. Spooky was a foster cat. It's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable. Um, Spooky was a foster cat. She had a couple siblings and she was playing on a couch and her sibling was the runt. I'm pretty sure her sister, and they were playing on like the back of the couch and she pushed her sister off and her sister died. Yeah. If you want to know how bad Spooky is, that should sum it up. And it was funny because the foster family, which I love the foster family so much, did not tell us the story until we were taking Spooky home. So it wasn't like we could return Spooky. But it's okay. I love her. She's just really bad. Speaking of Spooky being bad, we have a bar back there and we bought like this like expensive bottle of tequila. I don't even like tequila. Speaking of tequila, I'm so naughty on tequila. Tequila makes me misbehave so bad. It's really interesting because my childhood best friend and I, okay, we've just been friends longer than a decade. We've been through everything imaginable together, okay? She cannot drink rum because it makes her really bad, and I drink like Bacardi and Malibu. Those are like my favorite. I'm like a freaking high schooler, okay? Her favorite is tequila, and we can never share a bottle or share drinks because it just goes south for both of us. We both just get really, really naughty. You know, like the next morning, like the anxiety whenever we're together is just like really bad. We say we bring out the worst in each other, but I really think it's the fact that we'll share drinks even though we know we're not supposed to. It's like our drunk alter egos just want trouble. Anyways, we had this bottle of tequila sitting on the bar, and I remember it was like really in the morning. Don't jump. Spooky. How am I supposed to pay for your cat food if I can't do this? We just snuggle and not be vicious. Come here, Habibi. Just sit here. This bottle of tequila on the bar cart, and it's not even. It's like a bar, low key. Like it's bigger than a bar cart. It's not like a cart. And I hear just shattering glass at like I don't. I think it was like 7. It was early in the morning, and I walk out, and it was an expensive. I think it was like a $200 bottle of tequila with like a glass cactus on the inside. It was the bottle that I was most excited to drink, and she knocked it over, completely shattered. I was cleaning up tequila at the ass crack of freaking dawn, and it was all thanks to Spooky. And then the day later, she broke one of my favorite rose wine glasses, and yeah. Feral. It's funny because Cleo was the feral cat. Like I found Cleo under my car at my old job, which now that I'm doing kind of like sit down talking videos for longer, do we want to talk about my old job? Because I've been so hesitant to speak up about my old job. Crystal store I used to work at, and there's a story time there. There is a pretty big story. Honestly, not pretty big. I think there's two sides of every story. But do we want a story time? Because I know a lot of you know me because of that job. And story time there that I've been avoiding in the sense, not even like I don't want to talk about it because I do want to talk about it. I do think you guys would be interested in it and I do think you guys would like hearing about it. But in the sense that like I don't want that to affect them in any way. Like I didn't have the best experience at that job towards the end. I just wouldn't want any like bad juju coming my way because of it. Like I wouldn't want any negativity being projected onto me because of it, and I wouldn't want any negativity projected onto them. Like I wouldn't want people to like hate their business because that's their life, that's their living. I think I just kind of want to like talk about it. The story. It's a story for sure. I feel like I was saying something and then I got distracted, which is my personality in a nutshell. Whenever I have like long drives in my car, I pretend I have a podcast and I pretend that I'm like talking to somebody who's listening, to the masses, if you will. Taking a drink. Best wine, in my opinion, it's pretty much all sugar. It's the Barefoot Fruit Scotto wine. Strawberry's my favorite. Blueberry's actually my second favorite. I don't know. I think they're tied. They're both pretty good. But I can't be the only one who like pretends there's always a camera there. Like you know, like look to the camera that's pretending like a movie. I don't know. You get what I'm saying, right? I need to stop doing that where I say I don't know because I do know. and I feel like it dumbs me down. Honestly, maybe I think I'm a person who's really comfortable in a rebuttal, if that makes sense. I'm really comfortable with kind of hearing another person out, and I'm able to agree to disagree with a lot of people, which I admire about myself. I wasn't always like that. I used to be a super argumentative person. Now I know everyone's an individual and they have like their own opinions and stuff. I think that the whole I don't know at the end of a sentence gives me or is like my way of giving someone space for a rebuttal. I would like to hear you out. You don't have to agree with my sentence. And maybe that sounds a little more put together and maybe that's a little better than I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. What the fuck was that? I'm a paranoid. I'm such a paranoid person. That's another thing. I don't even know if it's anxiety. It's like it's paranoia. I this morning, oh my goodness, the Amazon guy banged on my door at like 7 a.m. and I was like, what the hell? And I was like freaking out. And I guess it wasn't even the Amazon guy. It was like the DHL, whatever, that guy. I have to burp. And I had to sign for a package, which is so stupid. Why do I have to sign for a package? Just leave it there. I have a Ring camera. Like, fine. I need more wine. Give me a second. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm actually having a lot of fun with this, and I'm really happy I decided to do this instead of the Makeup and Yap advice column. I really want to continue to do these sit down podcast vibe, girls' night things, whatever you want to call them. Um, just I want you guys to control the narrative. I want to hear what you guys want to hear me talk about, whether it's like stuff that's going on in the influencer world. Like, how do you feel about this influencer? How do you feel about this? And I'll give my 2 cents because at the end of the day, I am open to like agreeing to disagree, like I just said, and so on and so forth. So I don't know. I just have a lot to say. I do want to talk about that loneliness thing again. Back to loneliness. Think the reason that I felt really lonely this past year is because I grew up with 4 sisters. 2 of them didn't live in the house because they were older, and the other 2 lived in the house. It was the 3 of us, and I had like I guess it's a bigger family. I guess what it's 7 of us total, 5 of us in the house, plus the 2 cats, and then my childhood best friend who I just the whole tequila rum thing. She has countless siblings as well, and like we would always be around them, and I've just always been surrounded by people like my village, you know what I mean? And I think that that's a huge thing that I felt this past year, especially like 1,000 miles away from home. I just feel like I don't have my village, but what I'm trying to learn and what I'm every day kind of working on is becoming my village. So, kind of being at a point where I carry all the qualities that I look for in others, if that's a good way to put it. Hopefully, like down the line, I'll kind of get better at the narrative flowing a little bit better and like the way that I'm speaking flowing a little bit better and the conversation flowing a little bit better. I just feel like it's genuinely just more realistic when it's spider webs. Talking about like influencers and so on and so forth and just like working online and being like doing social media and stuff, you never ever know the person in the sense of we people that share stuff online and the people that work online, we only show you what we want you to see. And I don't know if that's the kind of person I want to be yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. I've been on this journey of trying to figure out the kind of person that I want to be on the internet. I want to be 100% raw and authentic. Like, that kind of scares me a little bit. I want it to feel like you guys already know me. I know that for sure. But it's like, how much of me? I'm the kind of person that I'm careful about what business I share and what I talk about just because at the end of the day, sometimes it's just not the entire world's business. I know it's like it's the internet, like is it the entire world? But it very quickly could become the entire world if that makes sense. So, something I've actually never spoken about on TikTok specifically, or really since I've had a platform, I dealt with a death a while ago of a friend who was like a really close friend of mine in high school. Like, she's part of my friend group. She was around. Like, she's one of my really, really, really good friends. I even remember the day that I found out she passed. I was filming Get Ready With Me's. Like, no one would have had any idea because I didn't want anybody to know. That was between like me and what was going on in my life. Does that make sense? She passed in 2023. I'm almost positive it was 2023. I feel like I kind of blacked out the exact date. No, it was definitely 2023. I remember exactly what I was doing on that day too. Found out she'd passed, and I think grief is like a really weird thing. At a very young age, I developed this mindset of like with grief to celebrate someone's life instead of like mourn their death, if that makes sense. And that's just me personally, and it's so hard for me to talk about because in my brain I don't process it. I almost like, oh my gosh, Katie Ritchie made this video the other day and she was talking about her trauma, and I genuinely feel like her and I would get along so well. But she's talking about her trauma and how she feels like whenever she talks about it, she feels like she's talking about like a show, or she's talking to somebody else about something that just didn't happen to her. And I think that's how I process grief. And it's like, I don't know. I think that's how I process a lot of things, hence the talking to myself and the paranoia. Maybe I should go to the doctor. Anyways, besides the point. So my friend had passed, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I wanted to talk about it in the sense of, honestly, I guess I just wanted to talk about it, and that's okay too. Kind of a beautiful little story. So she was super witchy, and okay, also I feel like knowing her as a person, she would have been like honored for this story time. And I know she would have been so proud of me. Um, I think about that a lot. I really do. She was super witchy, and you guys obviously know, if you didn't know, I used to have a crystal shop. I used to work in a metaphysical shop and so on and so forth. So I was always super witchy. I still am. I just don't really talk about it in my like content anymore because it's just not what you guys want to see. So she was super witchy, and after her passing, I was like, why hasn't she come to me? In a sense of like, I guess you could call reincarnation or just like a symbol, like a sign. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, why hasn't she come to me? I know without a doubt that she knows, her soul, wherever it may be, knows that if I were to see a symbol or see a sign about her, that I would know without a doubt that it was her. And I was sitting in my car parked outside my parents' house, and you have these like thoughts that almost feel like they're not your own. I literally feel like I'm gonna cry talking about this. Anyways, I remember getting out of the car, and the way my parents' house is like you walk up the stairs and then you're in the kitchen and then you can see out the back porch. And I walk up the stairs and I look out the back porch. Oh, backtrack. I'm sitting in my car outside my parents' house and I'm thinking to myself, this is when I still lived in Pennsylvania. What would she come back to me as? And I was like, she wouldn't come back as like lights flickering or like a chair moving. She knows that would make me too paranoid. She'd come back as an animal. And I was like, okay, what kind? Now she had like very dark feminine energy, like a beautiful dark feminine energy. And she would come back as like a crow, or she would come back as like a raven or something, like a dark bird. Um, I walk up the stairs and I go outside. Now, side story, my family's the type of family that doesn't waste food at all. If bread is like about moldy, if we have old rice in the fridge, whatever it may be, they're gonna put it on the porch for animals to come eat. We have squirrels, we have birds, we have every animal you could ever think about coming to the porch to eat some food. Okay? I walk up to this porch. Now, a story about the friend. She loved like Asian cuisine so much. I remember her and my sister went and got Korean barbecue, and they were eating Korean barbecue the last time I saw her at my parents' house because she was also friends with one of my sisters. Besides the point, I walk up to the porch and I look outside, and my parents had put leftover ramen on the porch. And lo and behold, there is a crow eating this ramen. I kid you not. And it was just like the fact that I had that thought not even 3 minutes before. And I just clear as day that maybe it was just like a sign from the, like maybe it's spiritual psychosis, call me crazy. But clear as day. I don't know if it was just like my energy. Maybe that was my way of coping. But if you believe in like signs and stuff, which I do, I felt like she was there in that moment. It was just like a little hey girl. I don't know. And yeah, there is a photo of this crow, said crow eating ramen, which I will try and find. It was a year, it was a very, not years, but it was a long time ago. So I'll try and find that photo. But this is the crow eating the ramen if I find that photo. I think while talking this whole time, I've come to the realization of why I didn't really like the questions on the advice column or the topics that you guys were giving me. It's just very surface level. It just feels extremely surface level. Like, now, in the sense of, a lot of them were so superficial, and I'm really getting sick and tired of social media being so superficial. Like, them were like about losing weight, and I'm like, girl, just love yourself. You look cute. There's no reason to lose weight. And how do I embrace my curly hair? And I'm not trying to like shit on the people that ask these questions. Like, there was a lot about like physical stuff and like appearance. And I get it. Like, I'm a beauty influencer. I get it. You're going to ask me about appearance. I understand. But something I know about myself, actually, I want to go on social media or even who I am as a person. I've always said this. I don't want to just be about like beauty tips and tricks and this and that. Like, I have a beautiful mind and I want to share that. And I think that that's what I really want to work on putting out there. And I feel like YouTube is the perfect outlet to do it. And like I said in the beginning, or whenever we were talking, I don't know if it's going to be the beginning or not. I need to edit this and I don't want to do it tonight. I'm also hungry and I don't know if I should order Taco Bell again. Maybe I should. Wine makes me tired. Does anyone else feel like other alcohols, like different alcohol, make them feel different things? Like tequila makes me naughty. Rum makes me just want to dance. Rum makes me have like a good time. I go to, and I'm talking about Cardi. I'm not talking dark rum. I don't like dark rum. Wine makes me sleepy, sad, and like all lovey-dovey. And vodka makes me like ready to rumble. And I'm not talking like I'm trying to pick fights, but like when I drink vodka, I'm like, hey, vodka or vodka? I hate vodka. What is that? It's vodka. Anyways. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Not even ready to rumble where I'm like angry. I'm not an angry drunk. I'm definitely a feisty drunk, especially on vodka. Rum, I'm like, I want to be on the beach. I'm chilling. Like, I'm just having a great time. I'm dancing, so on and so forth. And then vodka's like, I really bold and really confident, which is not a bad thing, but it can be kind of scary. What's your go-to drink? I want to know. Ooh, there was something else I wanted to talk about because I feel like I've been mentioning social media a lot in today's video. Also, how do we feel about the microphone? I kind of like it. I think it makes me feel like a little more professional. Also, you guys can probably hear me better. I hope I'm not like breathing, like eating microphone. Besides the point, I really do want Taco Bell, but I had it last night. What do I do? What to do? I was drying some tofu in the fridge, but I forgot to marinate it. I don't want fucking tofu, bro. I'm ordering Taco Bell again. I don't care. Um, I really do want this to continue to be the style of content on my YouTube page, like this. Just this once a week, we have a girls' night. Okay, that's it. We're gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Maybe the first one isn't the hit, and maybe the 10th one isn't a hit, but maybe they'll get better. Who knows? We'll see. But what I wanted to say about that was I am very close to hitting a million on TikTok, and I've been trying to plan out what I want to do for that because not only do I want to celebrate myself, but I want to celebrate you guys as well. So I've been kind of like piling up not even kind of, I have a pile of PR, and I want to do a huge giveaway for hitting a million. And I'm going to kind of start promoting that once I hit 900K. Probably hit it within the next 2 months. Not a million, 900K. I mean, that would be beautiful. But anyways, besides the point, spider webbing again. Have had this, I've talked about it on lives. I've never talked about this in a video. But if you guys remember, I forget exactly which video it was, but I briefly mentioned how I had a really hard, tough, I don't want to say childhood, but definitely like high school, teen years. Yeah, for sure, teen years. I had tough teen years, not in the sense of I don't know. It's very can't really say much without saying too much if that makes sense because that entire era of my life was too much. I've changed significantly from then and in a positive way and I'm really happy and I'm really proud about the person who I became, but that wasn't without hardship. And I've tried to keep that part of my life offline and under wraps basically just because there was a lot of stuff that I'm not really proud of, a lot of like dark moments, definitely a very wild soul, and I was feisty and I was mean and it was just ugly. It was just I look back at it now as a grown individual and I'm like, I don't understand, but I do understand because I think, like I said, looking back at it as if it's not my life and looking back at it as if it's a movie, it's kind of like watching Ginny and Georgia. You can understand Georgia's trauma and why she did like XYZ. As if it was nothing as crazy as what Georgia did, I'm just saying. But that was kind of an example. Watching it back and you understand the villain, if that makes sense. Oh, my neighbors are so loud. I need some wine. Basically, where I'm trying to go with this is there's a story there. There's a kind of underdog growing up, becoming the best version of herself, I guess. I don't want to gas myself up or anything. I think everyone loves a come up story, but I think that when I hit a million, I want to start a new series on YouTube where I do a tell all. And it's definitely going to have to be a chapter like chapter 1. It's going to be in chronological order. There was a weird time where I wanted to like write a book about what my life looked like pre social media, like pre being a content creator because yeah, that was just they're juicy story times. Like I'm thinking like you remember OG Tana Mojo, like she literally raised me. Like when she used to sit in her room, I think she was living with Amari's family at the time, and she had these crazy like think about that. Like she was my inspo. And yeah. So I will say I am very proud of myself for saying I'm 22 years old and I've healed a lot since my teen years. And not even honestly, would teen years be the right words? I'm drinking red wine on a white couch. Would that be crazy? Talk about 2 nights in a row. Do I need Taco Bell? I need to go to the grocery store. Okay, speaking of the freaking grocery store, why is it such a hassle? It's such a chore. It's such a chore. The loud lights, the people, the music. Like, why are there no traffic lights at grocery stores? Like, ugh, I hate it. I hate it much. There's nothing more I hate than going to the grocery store. I kid you not. I will put that off for like I hate it. I hate it. But can you guys see them? What, Spooky? She's trying to help you because you don't know how to clean your touche. That's another thing about Spooky. She does not know how to wipe. I need to give her a Brazilian, not a wax. I have a shaving machine because I have 2 long hair cats. You got to take care of them. Like that's a thing. People are like, oh, I want Maine Coons. I want long haired cats. You gotta have a Roomba because the vacuum. Like you guys should see the floor right now. The carpet they've destroyed. It's a $2,000 carpet and they destroyed it. It's okay. Do not bite her. She's trying to help you. Oh, she is cleaning her. Please tell me this is on camera right now. Yeah, let her wash you because you don't know how to wash yourself. She's helping you. That's disgusting. Don't you think? Cleo's a very anxious cat. Part of me thinks I should medicate her. I have gabapentin, but I like to use it for their flights. I do feel like I just glitched. I do feel like I like the vibe of girls' night, so I think we're gonna stick with that. Probably see it in the caption or the title or whatever. But why'd I say it like that? The title or whatever. The cats are looking at me like there's no way this person owns us. Anyways, yeah, it's time to wrap the video up. I don't know how to shut the fuck up. So, anyways, I'm gonna order Taco Bell, take a shower, try and edit this, try and have it up by Sunday. If it's up by Sunday, round of applause. Round of applause. Also, I'm really curious when I'm definitely tipsy to play this back, listen to the audio because this is my first time working with a microphone, and see how terrible I am at carrying a conversation. That might be why I'm lonely because I can't carry a conversation correctly. Anyways, do I say peace out in my YouTube videos? I don't even know that. It's been that long. I'm gonna watch Big Mouth and eat Taco Bell, which is exactly what I did yesterday. Ooh, and I'm gonna color. And I'm probably gonna finish this bottle of wine and the other bottle of wine, but I need to take a hot shower first. Even though I didn't leave the house today. I did to take the trash out, but I need to stop talking. All right. Oh, but I don't want to shower. Anyways, let's wrap this video up. If you guys want to see more girls' nights videos, let me know. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that tells you, like and subscribe. Ew, that was fucking cringy. I might as well be like, happy Friday. Friday. What was that? Who was that? I'm so glad they cut him out of Ginny and Georgia. Oh my God. Anyways, I'm ordering Taco Bell. And I'm going to take a hot shower. I'm going to force myself to take a hot shower because I need to get this makeup off of my face. And then I'm going to watch Big Mouth and then I'm going to color in my Coco YO coloring books. So, if I wrap this up, I don't fucking know. Bye. Bye, spooky pooky. Body crazy.